Greetings, fellow and future Star Citizens. Gray-headed Gamer here, and welcome back to my little Star Citizen tutorial series. Today we're going to be doing more of just an overview and a look at applying some of the things we've learned, and a little bit about stitching stuff together. As you can tell, this is my my old island that I was most proud of, and when I loaded it back into my computer, this is what happened. Very dark shadows. All the misplaced textures are back. You'll notice some textures are there, and that's because I've already changed them with my other island that I built, but that is why I built my other island. This was so overwhelming when I first logged in and seen everything was reverted back. We've talked about how it's harder to put ships in. Here's my old Avenger that I had set up like a militia police officer / ship in front of the customs office. You can see the flashing blue and red lights still. They're still there. And also the tires down here are still there because the Avenger landing gear did not come with tires. These are actually shrunken down Grey Cat tires. But as you can tell, the ship is gone. It's much different to put ships on the actual island now. They're all in a bunch of pieces. I need to get object files that assembles the pieces for me. This is the Aurora that I had sitting over there. And as you can tell, now it is a shiny steel ball. So all the ships are gone. All my textures are also missing. So I figured we'd go ahead and start repairing this island. There's a little video I'd like to put together because I haven't really shown the Drake Herald much love. And I thought about doing a size comparison video with other little fast ships, maybe the M50 and the 350R. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see something like that. But first we're going to go ahead and get this environmental probe back on. I'm not sure why it shut off, but you'll notice the difference in the shadows immediately when I click it on. It puts opacity to the shadows, and you can actually see the textures behind them. And also the interiors, they render very, very dark because there's no light sources in there. So this just eases up the shadows and brightens things up. So the first thing you'll notice here is this is a lot of Cubby Blast assets. That hallway there is not, but a lot of the stuff in here is Cubby Blast and some Dumpers Depot. And as you can tell, all the textures have gone haywire. So we'll click on a wall here and go to our materials button. And once it shows up, I'm going to speed this process up while we kind of fix these textures, because it's the same thing in my previous tutorials. But you just pick the file over here that's swapped and swap it back. And I go into more detail in my other one, so we'll speed this up. But the deal with building in CryEngine, at least the way that I'm doing it, being the non-trained professional, is you have to take small pieces of assets that are in the folders and piece them together the best you can. And once these textures are all swapped out, I'll back out of this window real quick, and you'll see that once you swap them around, everything comes back to the way they're supposed to be, and it looks much better. But that's mainly Cubby Blast. The floors here, the walls, the chairs and all, that's all out of the Cubby Blast folder. And we've seen a lot of pictures and videos from CIG, and the way they put the assets together are just amazing. I'm not sure exactly what wall is supposed to go next to the other wall, so I really just have to do a lot of trial and error. These ceilings and walls over here, there's some Dumpers Depot stuff, there's some other assets, so I have to go through each individual file set, and once I change the textures in the file set, it'll change it for all assets from that set of files. So you don't have to actually do it for each individual item because they draw off a pool of textures. Anybody else that's working in CryEngine, I got a message from someone the other day, I can't remember your name, sorry, but he was putting ships in and there was no textures on the ship. So all you would do is you click on the object, and over on the right hand side, your roll-up bar, you'll see the materials file location, and it'll usually say no custom material or no material defined, something like that. When you click on that, it brings this material editor window up. And over on the left-hand side of that, you have the folders where all your texture files are at. And a lot of times what you can do is just navigate that folder list just like you do when you're searching for an object, and go to the same file. And you'll find a set of textures there. And a lot of times you can click that and it just puts it all in. Now, the stuff that's left in here are a lot of just props. I'll have to go through the props folder. This in here is also props. It's just generic like hallways and stuff. So I'll have to go through all that and fix those individually. But you can already tell how much better. Now, stitching assets, what I mean by that is, like, if you look at this wall here, I'll go to my brush, we'll pick a object like this chair. This chair is individual from everything around it. Same with, let's go to this wall here. If you choose this wall and you pull it, you'll notice that it's just an individual hunk of wall. So, you know, everything has to be put down, placed where you want it, and then you go next to it and put the next one in. There's might be 6 different wall sections, and you just have to try to piece them together the best you can. These 2 wall pieces are separate here, and if you find the right pieces, they make them for inside corners, outside corners. So it's just the challenge of, you know, going through, finding the correct assets and using them. Using them the way you feel, you know, they'll work good. So that's just a quick overview of kind of fixing these pieces here. Getting the textures set, setting them up. I hope this helps people that are going into CryEngine and trying to build things, because I've had a lot of questions on how I got these buildings or where these buildings are located. And as you can tell, they're not actual buildings. Mine are actually a very huge mishmash of parts, you know. Like I said, I have some like asteroid hangar assets and some Cubby Blast assets and some dumper depot assets, and they're all just kind of pieced together to try to create something basically like a high-tech Minecraft. If you're into Minecraft, you know how you just have to use different materials to try to come up with something nice. But here is my poor island. It's going to be much better. I want to get it back into shape and actually improve it some. A lot of my background assets are kind of chunky now too, so I want to go through, clean it all up, because I really do love this island, and I got the best response from this island out of all of them. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you can use this information to help you out, and we'll not sure what I'll do on the next tutorial. If you have any suggestions, let me know, and I will see you guys later.